Dricus du Plessis is your new middleweight champion. He got the job done. It was a tough fight. It was a close fight. I had it 1, 2, and 5 for Sean Strickland. I thought Sean Strickland should have won. I didn't think Dricus, round 2 was close. Round 5 was close, but I just didn't think he did enough to win those rounds. I gave it to Sean. And 3 and 4 were definitely for Dricus for sure. But, yeah, I think Sean came back in the 5th round, and he really showed that he had that champion's heart. And, in the 5th round, he dug deep, and he won it. So he was at Dricus was on the verge of taking the fight from him. Sean did not let that happen. He did listen to his coaches, whatever his coaches was telling him. Do this for that little boy in you, all this stuff. It got him fired up, He did what he had to do, but it was still a close round. I could see how it goes either way. I could see how someone could give Dricus 3, 4, and 5, or 2, 3, 4, or even 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I could see it, you know what I mean? But I feel like you got to be really biased to do all that, With that said, Dricus du Plessis called out Israel Adesanya. That's going to be a fight. That's going to be the fight. You have to do that next, right? You have to do Dricus versus Adesanya next, or do you do Dricus versus Sean Strickland too? I think maybe you do Dricus versus Sean Strickland too, only because no matter what, you're going to have a big Israel Adesanya fight between the two of those guys. You're going to have you're going to have Strickland versus Israel Adesanya too, if he wins. That's a big fight. And you're going to have Dricus versus Israel Adesanya, and he'll be making his 2nd title defense in that fight. So I could see that too. But at the same time, you don't want to risk Dricus losing, and then maybe you do do you do a trilogy, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big proponent of make the fights when they need to happen as soon as possible. Don't drag them out. Don't be like boxing. Make the fights happen as soon as possible. Make Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya next, and build it up. I think the build-up's going to be insane. I think you could do Robert Whittaker versus Sean Strickland, given the fact that Sean Strickland had said that he thinks Robert Whittaker was a dead horse when he fought Dricus du Plessis. He thought that Robert Whittaker was a bit washed up, and that's why he got the win over him. So he was like, how good is Dricus really that good, or is Robert Whittaker washed up? And he said Robert was washed up. So if that's the case, Mr. Strickland, here is Robert Whittaker. And I think that's a big fight. That's a good fight. That's a fun fight. And it even has that backstory layout, that foundation of a storyline right there, talking about how he was washed up versus is he or isn't he, you know what I mean? But that's my take. That's pretty much what I want to see. I say Sean Strickland versus Robert Whittaker, Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. Overall, decent card. We had a nice moment with Neil Magny. I was going to say it was an card, but we had a nice moment with Neil Magny where he came back in that 3rd round and finished Mike Malott crazy. Hopefully Mike Malott can improve from this and rise from this, learn from it, make sure that doesn't happen again, because he had that fight under control. There was no reason for him to lose that fight other than fatigue. And of course, you had Silva and Raquel Pennington. That was good too. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you agree, disagree, doesn't matter. Join the discussion, and please follow for more. Thank you. You are appreciated.